Hey everybody, this is Brad from Johnson Small Engines. We're working on a Troy-Bilt Bronco. This is a newer version of one. I just wanted to show you how I take off a mower deck on the Bronco. I'm going to give you the model number underneath the seat here for everybody out there that needs to know the identical model number. But the way it works here is the model number is 13AK78, B as in boy, S as in Sam, 011. And this is a newer version. Sometimes you can see the date on here, but this is probably within the last 4 years, I'm thinking. But I just want to show you how to take deck off. All right, so right now we're on a pretty flat surface. Definitely recommend asphalt or concrete. Mower deck is all in the up position. You want to have it all the way down as far as it can go. A couple tools that you may need. I want to use a pair of needle nose pliers to get the clips off, and also a 1/2-inch socket and an extension, possibly a 1/4 inch ratchet, but definitely a 1/2-inch socket. I'm using an electric ratchet right here. But what I want to do is, we got to take the belt off of the mower deck, and underneath here we have a belt guide. It's a pretty good belt guide, and sometimes you can squeeze them underneath there, and it's really tight. So what I would recommend doing is taking this bracket off. There is a bolt. It comes from underneath here. All right, so it goes underneath. I'm going to show you how I take it off here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'm going to put my ratchet up underneath the frame here, straight up underneath, and it's just going to pull out the bolt. It should come straight down. There it is. There's a bolt in the washer. You just have to remember it goes right here. You can put it back in its hole when you're not using it, or I'm just going to lay it up on the footrest here. Now that will take this bar out. You have to remember on the other side there's a hole, and some people can mark it, but it comes out the hole on the other side. You got to make sure you put it back in the right hole on the other side of the frame when you take it out. Just remember, when you put it back in the right hole. I always leave everything on the footrest when I'm working on something. So now the belt will drop right off. Ta-da. All right, so we have the belt off. I want to take off this bracket bar right here in the front of the mower deck next, and I'm going to go around to the other side so you can see that clip. And that's where the pliers come in handy. All right, they have these new little clips. They work real well. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to get them off. Just a little bit. And we don't want to lose these. Nice clips. All right, so I'm gonna take off the front first. Now, granted, it's not all the way down on the ground. It's just the height, the way they have it set up. So I'm gonna pick up the front end a little bit, push that out. I always try to take this bar out so you don't accidentally run it over when you're running the machine around without the deck. It just comes right out the front. Just make sure you put it in which way it comes out. And also you can see on the front of the mower deck where the pin was actually rubbing right here. So you know which way to put this in if you forget. All right, and also you have this video. All right, so now we got the front apart. We're gonna get to the back. We have back clip here. Now these clips are small, and you have a bracket here, and then you have a bar behind this bracket, and they all go together when you put it back together again. And it's a real pain for me, being that I was born with one hand. It's a little tricky to get all this back together, but you can do it. It's not impossible. Take the clip off, make sure you don't lose the clip. And you can see the outline here on the frame, so you don't have to really worry too much about it. You know it goes back in here. So when you pull this out, all right, you're gonna pull out the back bar. That just falls away to the back side. This other bar here is the other part, and you can see by the wear marks, we'll be able to line it back up. You have to line it up with that hole, put that bar back in with that hole, and that's how you get it back together again. But for now, I'm just gonna what I'm gonna do here, if I can do this, might be able to, it's a little tricky, but might be able to put this bar in this other bar. So when we raise the mower deck bracket up, it'll come up. So when we put the mower deck bracket up, this here, I'm gonna put this handle up. This handle, when I get to the other side and we get these both out, I'm gonna put this handle up here, all the way up in the up position, so you can slide this out easier. Let's go around to the other side. Now we have the other clip, identical. All right, so this clip here. Came out. we have the same scenario. Push that bar out. I lift up on the deck a little bit. I put my feet underneath these things sometimes so I can get a little bit better leverage. And then I push it out and to come up. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm gonna put the bar in here, and you could put the clip back in there too if you wanted. Now what I'm saying about lifting up the deck height adjustment, now we go over to deck height adjustment and lift it up. All right. Just lifted up the deck height adjustment. That gets these out of the way, all right? So when we slide this out, it's not in the way. It also gives us access to the cable that we now have to get out. And this cable also has a pin on it. A little tricky to see from this angle. All right, this pin here, it's gonna be a little trickier, but you have to get this pin to come out. It's gonna be a little tricky to get this one back in, but see if we can push it out. I pushed it out with my finger. Just remember, you have a little hole in the bottom of this bracket, and you push that back in and it clips it in. Pull it out and you're out. Now once this is out, I'm gonna put it on the footrest so I don't lose it. You can pull the cable out, all right, like that. It has a little slot right here. All right, this little slot allows you to take the cable out of its hole. Then you gotta get the spring off the deck, which is this. What you're gonna do is pull the cable, since you have it out, you're gonna pull this cable so hopefully, actually it looks like we're gonna have to push the mower deck back towards the rear wheels a little bit so we can get more cable out. We gotta get this thing at like a 90-degree angle to get that out. It goes right here. That's the blade engagement spot. Okay, that's in and that's out. Don't put it upside down like that. You wanna have it exactly, you're going up from the bottom, and that's correct. And then when you put the mower deck back on, you slide the mower deck back up a little bit. You're gonna put your cable in through the slot right here, and then it comes through the hole, and you put your pin in. But we're taking the mower deck off, so we're gonna pull this out through the slot here, push the mower deck back a little bit to give us a little bit more cable room. 90 degree, almost 90, didn't really need 45 degree, and it's out. Then you slide that out from the back. Now again, if you're gonna drive the tractor around, put this cable, tie this cable up somewhere out of the way so it doesn't drag on the ground and you run it over with your tire and then you break the cable. So now we should be ready to slide this out. I always do shoot side out, so I'm gonna push it and it should come right out. And there we have it. This is a 42-inch deck. How you take it out of a Bronco Troy-Bilt riding tractor. Thanks for watching.